Good evening. So we are continuing from morning where we left. We were describing the Kshetra and the Kshetrajna. Kshetra is the body and Kshetrajna is the knower of the field. That means the knower, the one who has knowledge. So now we are going to understand what are these two things based on certain characteristics. So Krishna is going to give us these characteristics so that you can identify these specific types. That means what is the Kshetra, what is this thing which is got created, and one who is the creator or one who is the knower of truth, the knowledge. So these two things we are going to understand. So we had left at verse 4. So we are doing chapter 13 of the Bhagavad Gita and verse 5. This verse and the next verse will tell us about the Kshetra. Kshetra means the field. What are you? What does this body comprise of? The five elements, the ego, the intellect, the unmanifest primordial matter, the 10 organs of perception and action, the mind and the 5 objects of sense, which is sound, touch, color, taste and smell. So these are the things, plus the next verse is also saying that. So first let us do this verse to get a feeling of what exactly is this thing called Kshetra. The Kshetra is the field. Field is this body. It is absolutely filled with ignorance. So let us understand this. All that this body has, physical body has, or the mental body has, it's called ignorance, no knowledge. Kshetrajna, on the other hand, is just pure knowledge. So let us see what is this ignorance all about. The 5 elements. There are the 5 elements in the universe. These 5 elements comprise of air, water, fire, earth and the space, or what we call as the ether. So these are the 5 elements. They are actually elemental in nature, which means they have sprung up from Maya herself. They will be full of ignorance. If we take any element for that matter, it is basically full of ignorance. It has no knowledge of its own. It has got certain functionality, and that is it. Beyond that, it has nothing of its own. If I take air for that matter, now air is there in the atmosphere. It can be used for breathing. It can be used for various other purposes also. It is surrounding the earth. Just like a human being needs the air. This air is meant for the purpose of breathing. Right? So there are 5 kinds of pranas which we have done earlier. See, I'm not going to break down these 5 pranas. I'm just telling you that by itself prana has 0 value till they are used. So it is basically like an object having no value if it is just lying over there. When I use it, it has value. Otherwise, it has no value at all. So the elements. Fire. The fire can be just there. Fire is there in wood. We can't see the fire actually till it is burnt. Then the fire is visible. Otherwise not. Now fire can be devastating. It can burn down cities. It can burn down the forest. It can do a lot of damage. But only after some work is done. Otherwise fire has 0 value. Fire on its own cannot do anything. So the gods which are there in the Vedas, the basic gods as we have understood. Say for example, fire god is there. The earth god is there, so on and so forth. There are various gods. the god of air, the god of water, around them. We have these gods. But they have certain functionalities. One cannot emulate the other one. One can go against the other one. That means if I have fire, I can put water on it and destroy the fire. It is there. But by themselves, it's of no value. So this whole world is inundated with water. Think about it. There are oceans full of water. What use is it to you? Think about it. What use is that water to you? It is there. Till I dig up the oceans, I go deeper inside and I fish. Or I do some kind of an exploration. Then it has value. Otherwise, no value. Likewise, the earth. The earth has a lot of value on its own if I go and do something with it. You see, you just see a block of hill. There is a hill. Nothing is happening there. Recently, what they did was, there is a program, government's program called MNREGA. So this particular program develops these kind of plots and places, and then they can cultivate over there. Now otherwise that by itself has zero value. The land is there, non-cultivated, maybe just lying over there. It's lying fallow, just like that. Trees may be growing in the forest. That's it. Nothing beyond that. So it is full of ignorance till I actually tap into it. So I hope you got that. Then we have the ego. The ego is the ahamkara, which tells you, I am this. Fire will say, I am this. Fire god will say, I am fire god. Well, what use is the fire god? Till I actually put him to some use. Otherwise, fire god has no value in our world. The body has fire. I'm sure you know that. The fire has no use if I am not going to do something about it. It's like you are a very intelligent person. But look at yourself. Go and see yourself in the mirror. You will understand how big a fool you are. You are filled with so much of power. And that power is just going waste. Think about it. You can start blaming the whole world. You can blame whomsoever you want. That is why it is called the Ksetra, full of ignorance. Man is full of ignorance till he doesn't use it. Knowledge exists in a man till he doesn't use it. But then it can be of value. Think. Then you will understand. If you are just a lump of flesh who is doing nothing, then what is the point? Got it? Using those talents, using that brain power, then the ego can be put to a good use. But we misuse the ego. We just go out and say, who do you think you are? I am the greatest. I am like this. I am like that. It is, the ego can be very, very, crushing. But what is the use of that ego? Like that, the intellect. I just now give you the example of the intellect. You may be an intelligent person, but do you really know how to use it? Hardly anybody in this world uses their intellect. Look at all those postgraduates, graduates, MBAs and IITians and this and that. So many getting churned out. They have paid huge amount of money becoming who they are. People have gone out of the institutes. They have done a lot of stuff, taking big certificates, shown that I am a gold medalist, I am this, I am that. But look at where they are today. India must be churning out thousands and thousands of IITians or MBAs from big institutes like IIMs, XLR, all those big institutes are there. Where are all those guys? 99% of those people are worthless. They are working like a servant in some company. There are people who take massive degrees, huge degrees. They will go abroad, they will take all those they go to say, the B schools of this world. They take the B schools of this world. They have got fantastic intellect. They have paid so much of money to get into that, and on top of it, they have used the highest power in their mind to actually crack the code of entering those institutions. Those who joined the Harvards of this world, their IQ levels are high, everything is high. They have put in so much of effort to get inside that place. But hardly 1% of them really make a mark in this world. Why? Because they don't use their intellect. They are working for some person, like a general dog's buddy. If that is what they wanted to do, then they could have joined the cheapest institute in India if they have to. We have a lot of them. So they can join one of those. And why spend so much money? Intellect has to be used, exactly like how these elements have to be used. Intellect has to be used. The 10 organs, the unmanifest, primordial matter. Primordial matter is like a lump. Lump. You have seen this guy called Chewbacca? Huh? The big Hulk kind of a creature in Star Wars. He's an intelligent person, but just like that. Or the other guy, they are of no use. They are just like a sidekick. So this unmanifest, which we call as the primordial slime, the primordial matter, it is just lying over there. Before you actually went, now those who are staying in Mumbai, I'm sure you know Mumbai. My forefathers were staying in a small island. In Mumbai, there were 5 islands. One island was ours, part of it. In between that was only marshy land. Like that, there is a place which is called the Bhayandar, Mira Road, Naigaon. There was only marshy land. That marshy land is just lying like that. In Bengaluru also there is a marshy land. The whole of India had marshy land. There's nothing there. There were all those, plants just growing. They will send the shoot up from the bottom, their roots up, and they will breathe through them. Why? Because there is a lot of ethane, methane and all those gases over there. Marsh. That is the primordial slime. It is just like that. No use. Till I actually bottle that gas. The gas which is produced over there, ethane, methane. If I bottle that gas, if I take the crude oil from the ground and I bottle the natural gas also, then it has got value. But otherwise, crude oil, the word itself will tell you, nothing but primordial matter. Got it? All those great creatures, the great plants in the past got burnt and they were crushed under the earth and they became slime. And from that today we are drawing out crude, and from that we are drawing out so many things. Even the plastic that you are having is made from that. So many things, including the road that you are walking on, the bitumen, the tar as they call it, that is also from there only. So you can imagine, we are like that. We are like this primordial matter, not doing anything. Lump of flesh, just lying like that. Till you actually prod it. It's like you have to tell a person, you're so fat, Go do some exercise. Nah. Go and exercise. Do something with your body. Do something with your mind. People just want to be lazy. They just lie like that in the bed, maybe watching TV and Netflix or some such kind of crap and doing nothing. There is this great comedian. His name is some Iglesias or something like that. Now, this man is a very big man, very, very huge man. Okay? Now, till this pandemic never came, he was working 365 days in a year. The energy levels of this man are amazing. You know, he is really very good in, and his comedy is just out of this world. He is a very good comedian. What to do during this crisis? Because now you have to just stay at home doing nothing. So what do you do? Well, during this period, he went to the gym and blew out all that fat that was there. He has lost over 100 pounds. So imagine, the person that we will be seeing in the future when he goes for the comedy is going to be not that rotund person that we saw, but somebody who is really worth seeing. See, what I mean to say is this. Even there used to be one great singer, I don't know her name now. She won so many Oscars and all those big song awards a couple of years ago, maybe 5 or 10 years ago. And then she went on, she used to eat whatever that came her way. And then she went and changed her profile, the way she looked. And that made an impact. So, till you are just like this primordial matter, nothing is going to change. You got to be the change. That is where Kshetrajna comes, knowledge comes into the picture. Just now, because of ignorance, you are just that pound of flesh. Nothing beyond that. The 10 organs of perception and action. You have the 10 organs, right? You have the organ of vision, you have the organ of hearing, oral, smell, taste, touch. These are organs of senses, sense organs as we call them. And then we have 5 organs of action. You have hands, you have legs, and you have the tongue. Then you have the anus and the genitalia. Now these are 5 organs of action. These organs are by themselves no use till you actually put them to certain uses. So they are basically having something in them. It's a potential is there. That is what the idea is. So, and the 5 objects of senses, there are 5 objects of senses called sound, touch, color, taste and smell. So let us all put this all together now, 15 of them. Now we move to the next verse. Like I said, we are discussing what is called as the Kshetra. Kshetra is full of ignorance. It is matter. Matter by itself has nothing. Body is matter, right? Body is matter, like that. Even mind is matter, right? So we'll see that. So we are doing chapter 13 from the Bhagavad Gita, verse 6. Also desire, aversion, pleasure, pain, physical body, consciousness, firmness. Thus is the Kshetra with its evolutes briefly stated. So Krishna is describing to Arjuna these evolutes of Kshetra. Evolved from Kshetra, from the matter. The previous things, the matter was elements, ego, so on and so on. From that what came out? Your body came out, isn't it? So what is there in the body? First is called the desire. I want to own this. I have to get this. I wish to be there. That is desire. Unfulfilled desires are there. Human beings have unfulfilled desires. These desires are so powerful in their own way that they can cause a lot of misery to human beings. People don't realize actually how these desires can cause misery. They run after their desires. They say, I have to buy this car, I have to do this, I have to do that. Most of the people in the Middle East, they have those fancy cars, all hip cars, costing crores of rupees. I'm saying in rupees. They must be in dirhams or riyals or God knows some currency. I don't know the currency. So, and there was a survey done. They were asked this question. How are you buying this car? You must be a very rich thinking guy. So they, yeah, I am rich. How? Bitcoin. Very good. What else? Stocks and shares. Very good. You see, the basic idea is investments. Those are the things. Now, I will ask you the question. Does anybody have to use their brain to buy a Bitcoin? You buy Bitcoins, it is shooting through the roof, like that. From $0 to $50,000 for no rhyme or reason. And these people invested in it. No knowledge. Only idea, I invest in this, I get money out of it. Like the thing that is there, oil. They are not doing anything about it. There is oil over there. Enjoy the oil. Why? Gives money, power. Buy the big hotels. Buy the big restaurants. Buy these big properties. Then that's it. What else do you need? So people with lot of stinking money, this kind of a money, they invest in these kind of places. So do you understand this? This is the desire. I want to be rich. I want to make a palace of gold. There is a king in the South Asia. This man has got, even aircrafts with a gold. He's got a lot of wives, a lot of palaces. A palace is made of gold and so on and so on. Desire. Basic desire. Why does he require hundreds of wives? He looks at some woman, oh, catch her. I want to make her my wife. What? No sense. Senseless people. That is why matter is called ignorance. Full of ignorance. This desire is full of ignorance. Not having any clue how you are going to reach that. People buy properties. 10 years ago, there was a boom in Bengaluru. And in that Bengaluru boom, people bought massive properties. 3 crores, 5 crores, 10 crores, They were the only crores. There were no sparrows at that time, only crows. So imagine, big properties, massive places. If you are buying a 4 crore or a 10 crore property, sir, whom are you going to sell it to? What are you going to do with it? It's just going to lie like a lump of clay. Right? There are so many buildings, IT buildings that are lying vacant now. Like that, there are so many huge flats and properties and houses that are just lying closed. China did the same thing. America did the same thing. They made huge properties and now nobody is staying in them. It is dead investment. They had lot of money. What do? Put it in a property. Put it in this. Put it in that. And today they are paying through your nose for their property. Because that time they might have taken fancy loans. Might have. Because loans were coming very easy to them. All the big banks in India, they were saying, take the money, take the money, take the money, take the money. And the desire to own these properties made them, yes, I will take that. Yes, I will take that. And they started buying left, right and center. What has happened today? The market has tanked. Their money has become just worthless. Got it? No use. People bought gold. You buy gold, diamonds, fancy diamond jewelry they will buy. Go and try to sell that diamond jewelry back in the marketplace. Diamond jewelry or anything that is made of any stone is only stone. You won't get anything out of it. You buy in, different kinds of gems and all. The gems are worthless. People go to all these Babajis of this world and they will buy some ring. Oh, this ring is a diamond ring. Oh, this ring is like this and that ring is like that. After a few years, they might have spent lakhs of rupees on this ring. That ring has not even given them an iota of understanding or knowledge, by the way. And why did they buy the ring, by the way? Because some great Babaji in this world, Babajis are these con men, okay? These con men have told them, if you wear this ring, you will become very famous. You will enjoy your life. You will have wealth coming to you. Give me 5 lakh of rupees because I sold you this ring. And these idiots went and gave 5 lakh rupees and they bought that ring. Today they go to the market to sell that ring, it has zero value. And they were expecting, by investing 5 lakhs, at least I will get 5 crores. I am guaranteeing you, go and ask these idiots. If you have bought this ring from this crook 5 years ago or 10 years ago, have you become a billionaire by now? On the contrary, they are going with one katora in their hand. Like give me some money, give me some money, give me some. They have become bhikaris. Bhikaris are beggars. So then why are you believing in all this nonsense? And that is what is coming from what we call as desire. Aversion is number 2. Krishna says, I hate this thing. I don't like this. This is not good. That is not good. People have aversion. The greatest aversion today is milk. In the world, all over the world, all those fancy ladies and the fancy guys, they say, I don't like this milk. I only drink beer. Oh, those fancy beers that you get. They're full of gas. You should know that. Beer is only full of gas. Milk, Krishna's potent, The guy knows what he's talking about. Krishna is saying, have some milk. Have some ghee, have some this, those kind of things. Whereas this guy says, have some drinks, have this, have that. And no milk. I don't have any milk products. Why? I'm a vegan. I don't like killing animals. I don't like animal food. But they will go and drink all kinds of things in this world, which is made by small animals only, very tiny, tiny animals. So what do you think beer and all these things are made up of? Animals only, isn't it? That small creatures that are there inside, which are brewing that carbon dioxide inside. That is the brainlessness these people have. They hate certain things and they like certain things. There is an aversion. There is an aversion in things. They're averse to it. I don't like it. The idea of not liking, disliking is so much. So Krishna says, aversion is nothing but ignorance. Why are you averse to certain things? Current Yuga, Kali Yuga, I am averse to doing jobs. I just want to be left alone. I just want to take some rest. That is it. I'm tired of doing all this work, They get exhausted by the time they have reached some 30 years of age or 35 years of age. I just want to relax. I don't want to go to work. I want to take a holiday. And to recover from the holiday, they will want another holiday. Have you seen all these fancy guys buying big fancy bikes? Royal Enfields and God knows all those kind of massive bikes. And over the weekend I am going to Mulayangiri, I am going to this place, I am going to Ooty, I am going to Tutti, all kinds of places they will go. Why? I am tired of working, Sir, what is your age? 28 years. At 28 years you are tired of working? This is called ignorance. The aversion to doing work is ignorance. Alright? Then, pleasure and pain. I like this thing. Pleasurable objects. Something that gives me pleasure. Something that makes me happy, What makes you happy? Eating makes me happy. Pizza. They want to eat all the fatty stuff. They want to just dump themselves in front of food. In Bangalore, there are so many beautiful restaurants. You go to most of these people, in the channels that are there, they will give you a tour of Delhi street food, Bangalore street food, Mumbai street food. I was amazed, literally amazed to know that there used to be a simple item called vada pav. Vada pav is nothing but potato, vada inside, and one simple pav. Pav means bread, very simple. During my time, it would cost 5 rupees. Now it must be, I don't know how much it is. It used to be just given with some chutney, and we used to eat it like a normal human being. Now there are breads and pavs and this and that and vadas and God knows so many things. I am aghast at seeing those things. But they have made so many permutation and combination with things which I have never even heard of. Even an omelette is made by so many permutation and combinations. I thought the A or B tier cities that are there like Nagpur and Bhopal and Ranchi and all these places, I thought these places must be like the old days, but no, they are far ahead of us. Raipur, they are on par with any of these fancy metropolises. Their food is gone through the heavens, like they love pleasure. And people, if they lost TikTok, doing that stupid thing, TikTok, okay? Now, instead of TikTok, there is Moj and this and that and how many other channels, I don't know. Why? Wasting time is very good for health. Doing work is injurious to health. Wasting time is good for health. And doing work is injurious for health. So watch these kind of videos, see this kind of nonsense. Pleasure and pain. People love to wallow in pain. It makes a person nincompoop. Let me tell you this much. I met somebody a couple of months ago. That person was wallowing in pain after so many months also. Why? This one died. What am I to do now? Okay? Get over it, sir. What is this? Why are you wallowing in pain? The reason why they wallow in pain is they love pain. Some people really love pain. They're sadist. They call them masochist. I don't know whether you have heard of this term, masochism. They love to torture themselves. Have you seen those fellows who come outside, they will have one big hunter, chabuk, and they will attack, they love pain because they get money out of it. So there are people who love the pain of just lying like that, doing nothing. It's painful. What am I doing? I don't know what I am doing. The journey towards pain and pleasure is so engrossing for these people who are full of ignorance. They love to wallow in their own, I don't know what, poop. Why? That is how they are. They are like pigs. I am lost, I don't know what I am going to do. I am lost completely. This is so painful. This life is not worth it. I have nothing to do. It's a painful journey for them. Do something. Do something with your life. That word they don't understand. Do something with your life is not there in their books. So Krishna is giving us an idea of this Ksetra. Ksetra is full of ignorance. It is just like this lump of flesh. Like we said, primordial matter. It has nothing to do in this world. So, the physical body, He's talking about your physical body. Physical body, lot of problems are there. It's hurting over here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got a headache. I have this, I have that. They have all the problems in the world. And the body is like a full of misery. The God-given body is actually full of misery. They never consider body as a stepping stone towards going to God or becoming perfect, full of knowledge. Don't want to do that. I have to tell many youngsters, read something. Read. Before this satsang, I normally come and sit before the satsang. You see, in my world, I have a very simple rule. If you have a satsang, say, if the satsang is at 4 o'clock in the evening, I will be there at 3:15. 45 minutes gap I give. Why? Because I have to be ready. I am not reading the scriptures. No, I don't get ready reading any scriptures. I read a lot of stuff. I see things, I read. Just prior to this, I sent at least 5 articles to 5 different people saying, read this is good for you. Something is on blockchain, something is on artificial intelligence, something is on GPT. You'll ask GPT kya hota hai? Don't ask me GPT kya hota hai. None of your business. There is a technology out there which can write books on its own. It doesn't even need people like you. There are people who are writers over here also. You just know how to use the technology. Give it some food. It's AI, artificial intelligence. And tell him, write a book, 50,000 words. And it will write a flawless book which you can sell. And I'm not joking. This technology exists. It is artificial intelligence. So I was reading about it. This is something which I used to do earlier. So I said, read this. That's how it churns out. So what is the use of you then? Then why do we need writers and authors also? Or somebody who needs to do? People can just sit in front of their car like this and the car will drive on its own. What will they do? Play games. So this is what it is all about. So, physical body is a cause of misery to people because it doesn't do anything. Full of ignorance, consciousness. Even your consciousness is come to a dead halt. If you look at these eyes of these people, I used to go to some ashram and I used to look at these zonked out people, it's like as if they have taken drugs. The eyes will always go up like this, or they will be lost like this. They'll be shaking. And when after some 5-10 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour, I used to ask them, sir, what were you doing? What were you doing? Why were your eyes like this? And why were you shaking like this? And what were you doing? Lost in? I was in samadhi. I was meditating. I saw the great effulgence, this thing. Sir, I think you have taken drugs now. Spirituality is nothing like that. This is some fake thing which people have given to them and they believe that they are in meditation. Did you listen to my satsang in the morning? Krishna himself says, this thing, what are you talking about? Yesterday's satsang also I said the same thing. You are using a body to reach that place. And meditation doesn't mean any of those things that you think of. Meditate on Krishna, that's it. You just have him in your mind. Tan mana dhan. Just have him in your mind, that's it. Nothing beyond that. And you could be, with your eyes open. Doesn't matter. So this kind of thing, consciousness, was lost in my consciousness. It is nothing but ignorance. Capital IG. Firmness. And we have firmness of what? Of our body, soul and mind also. We are very firm in certain things. I will do it like this only. So this is Ksetra and its evolutes, briefly stated. Now this we have stated briefly, 40 minutes have gone. You see, I am going slow. I told you in the morning itself, I am going to be going very slow because this is a chapter which even Sant Jnaneshwar was told, you cannot explain, by his elder brother. He says, stop this hot air, come on, and come on to the subject. So yes, chapter 13 is the very, very difficult subject for even people who are having, high level of IQ. Yes, for them also it is. So now we are going to do something which is very interesting. We are going to do verse 7 onwards. Now this verse is going to talk about only knowledge, which means describing Kshetrajna. How does it come about? We are going to understand the qualities associated with it. That is what I told you in the beginning. So now let us see. So we are doing the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 7. Absence of pride, freedom from hypocrisy, non-violence, forbearance, uprightness of speech and mind, etc. Devout services to the preceptor, internal and external purity, steadfastness of the mind, control of the body, mind and senses. We are still continuing, but verse has ended over here. So now let us take this one by one. Knowledge. What is this knowledge coming from? Who is this Krishna? In the morning I was telling you, we have to find out who is this Krishna. What is the need for me being here? Why should you be here? What is this life all about? The big questions of life. We discussed this. You have those big questions of your life, no? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? Why is the thing like this? That kind of answer. Who is God? Who is Krishna? Those are the answers. So we are starting with that. That is called knowledge, by the way. So let us see. How do you get that? Absence of pride. Stop being that proud fellow. The pride which comes about, a person who is an extremely proud fellow, nose up in the air, they'll walk, you should see them walking. I met somebody in my, a couple of years ago, I think, maybe 1, 2, 3 years ago. I don't know. This person's walk was also as if he is walking on air. And when he is walking on air, his demeanor was nose up in the air. I am the great person. So I walk like this. And his henchmen were behind and in front of him. And I was looking from far and I said, oh, this looks like pride walking, isn't it? Pride, the word pride. Have you heard of this word called pride? A group of lions, they are called the pride. Why? Because they have the fancy mane. Their walk is very glorious. But they don't do any work. The lions actually don't do anything. It is the lioness which goes and kills. Do you know this? The lioness will go and kill, and the first thing is she will offer to the lion. Say, Sirji, khaiye. Please eat it, sir, first. So be my guest. He is not even going to give to his children, okay? First he has to eat. But he is the big, mean, fancy guy. And he is the king of the jungle. I don't know who made him the king, but supposed to be the king of the jungle. So pride is like that. But absence of pride will lead you to Krishna. So don't be proud. Never show anybody that you are a genius. Never show anybody that you know anything. You have to be incognito. When you go about in the society also, People should not say, oh, here goes the hero. No, no need for saying that. You should be able to walk amongst the crowd, having least, recognition by anybody, like a commoner, but should have knowledge. I was reading an article before this, I was telling you. In that article, it was written that those who are very, very knowledgeable or intelligent, extremely intelligent people, and Elon Musk says this also. He says those people will never say, I know. They will always say, I don't know. Pardon me, can I understand this? Can I understand? Why? Because they are on the quest for truth constantly. They are seeking truth. That is why they behave that way. It's a wonderful article. There are certain places where you can get some very beautiful articles written. One of the channels is called Brain Pickings. You can read them. So, I'm not saying that this article was there. This article was there somewhere else. But to know and understand how these intelligent people are, they will never show the world that they are intelligent. They will always behave like an ordinary mortal. They will behave as if they have no clue, no understanding whatsoever. But they are the repository of knowledge. They are not like those dunces that lie in bed. No. They are active. They are doing something. And yet they are constantly increasing their knowledge. The material worldly knowledge is a whole vast of things, so many things put together. It is important to know. These people will have no knowledge. Those people who are in the tamasic guna. But these sattvic people, they may have the knowledge, but they will never show it. So absence of pride, freedom from hypocrisy. Do I need to tell you what is hypocrisy? You can meet hypocrites every minute of the day if you want. Why? This world is full of hypocrites. And one of the funniest things is when I talk to these hypocrites, first thing they will say, I never said it. And then I say, this is very good. I was telling you, yes, yesterday only I said these words, no? This is what it is all about. Okay? So you are an extremely knowledgeable person. But you are the biggest hypocrite. Just now you denied it and now you are accepting it. How funny can that be? Doesn't it sound very funny to you? So, freedom from hypocrisy. Don't be a hypocrite. In this material world, don't be hypocrite. See, by taking sides also, you become a hypocrite. You are like the politician, one day this side, one day that side, next day this side, then third day that side. Why? Hypocrite to the core. The same person who supported Modi, our Prime Minister, a couple of years back, are now ready to stab him in the back. Why? What is the need? So you have the same people talking utter nonsense. Why? Because they did not get what they were asking for. This is how it is. I'm not saying that there are only specific kind, there are all kinds. Okay, hypocrites you will find, like I told you, every minute of the day you can find them. So, freedom from hypocrisy, non-violence. They should be absolutely, Gandhiji said, non-violent. Why? This man was one man who said very clearly, I am not going to become a politician at all. So he never took part in politics. He stayed away from it. So when they were making this India and the parliament and all that, he said, I will go to my Sabarmati ashram and stay over there. This is what it was all about. And he always taught non-violence. The Jains, the Jains are there in India. They are non-violent. They will not want to kill anything. Now, when we talk of non-violence, we are not talking of those absolute violent people who are blowing people up and all that, or taking guns and shooting down 10, 20, 30 people at a time. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about those mass murderers. We are talking even your thoughts, words and deeds should be non-violent. Got it? Violence can be used only where dharma is concerned. And that too, non-violent. How? You have to kill with compassion. Shri Ram killed Ravana with compassion. Please remember this. Shishupal was killed by Krishna with compassion. He was not killed just like that. So if you think, what is this non-violence about? Non-violence is not absolute non-violence. I will not kill. No, nothing like that. Your thoughts, words and deeds have to be non-violent, but where it is needed, you have to kill with compassion. It is needed. In the battlefield, when you are fighting for your country, naturally, you are taking up the arms. You are fighting for your country. There it is needed. There you can't say, in the middle of the battlefield, I am a non-violent person, full of peace, peace, peace. You can't be saying peace in the middle of the field, a battlefield. That is not a done thing. So non-violence should never be mixed up with other things like hypocrisy and all. So Krishna says, if you are a non-violent person, then you have knowledge, then you know me also. Forbearance. You should be able to withstand any problem in the world. The biggest problem is money problems in life, emotional issues. You should be able to have forbearance, able to bear that trouble also. You should have the strength within you to have that forbearance, So if you are able to forbear anything in this world, Krishna's own relatives died in front of him, his own children, his brother, all his relatives were killed right in front of his eyes. But do you think he sat there and cried? No. That is destiny. They were destined to die. Forbearance, you should be able to withstand anything. People buckle over. If some of their relatives die, some relative, mother, father, brother, son, daughter, somebody dies, they will go on for years and years and years thinking about it and going to their graves and planting some flowers over there. What are you planting? That is a dead earth. There is nobody there. Maybe some ghosts are there. Michael Jackson Thriller can be shot over there. Why are you going and putting your flowers over there? There is nobody there. You are holding on to something. Next time you will become that person's son or daughter. Why? Because it is just a soul, sir. It went away. Shh. Don't hold back anything. Forbear it. Uprightness of speech. Your speech has to be straight. Why is a person afraid to speak? Because he has done something wrong. If you do something wrong, then you will be afraid of speaking. A speech has to be very clear. Absolutely clear and perfect. And it should be to the point. Uprightness of speech. And mind, of course. Mind is a very interesting thing. Uprightness of mind. People have no uprightness of mind. They are always sneaky. Trying to ferret away from somewhere. Run away from somewhere. They find that a friend who is come, he doesn't pay the bills, they will run away from there. So, you have to, those are sneaky guys, Krishna says, if you have a clean mind and if you have a clean speech, then you are with me. Otherwise not. Devout services to the preceptor. service to the preceptor will lead you to Krishna. Preceptor means your guru. The guy who is teaching you. The guy who puts you on the path. See, preceptor is a misused term. It's a misnomer. People think preceptor is a person who does some fancy things in the air, He'll remove some ash or some kind of a locket or something like that. That they think that fellow is a preceptor. That guy is a magician, sir. I was talking about David Copperfield in the morning. Did you listen? David Copperfield. He's a con man. He's a magician, local magician. Somebody who creates some kind of a magic in the air. He's a local magician. And somebody who's trying to give you some kind of join this course. Actually, I was reading somewhere just now because that ad came. Facebook likes to give me all kinds of ads because I was staying in Goa, no? So they sent me one ad. Their algorithm works like this. They said, there is a yoga classes. A great yoga master is there. 1 month's course, 38,000 rupees. 38,000 rupees for something that you can see free? You can see those courses or you can do them free on YouTube. No, you require that because you have to see all those fancy women over there. And he had put a picture of about 5 women doing yogasana, all foreigners. And they were very good looking. Yoga guru, he calls himself. They call him a preceptor. How funny can that be? A person who teaches yoga is not a preceptor, sir. The person who leads you to Krishna is a preceptor. Did you get the point? This is the truth. This verse number 7, chapter 13, will tell you somebody who is a guru. The term guru. See, in the material world, guru is somebody who sells rings, amulets, this, that, fancy stuff. That fellow is a guru, according to the whole world. No, guru means he is the one who removes your ignorance. Did you get it? He leads you to light. Listen to the word. Somebody who removes your ignorance and takes you towards light of knowledge. Then now ask yourself, the guru that you seem to follow, is he giving you even this much amount of knowledge about how to reach God? No. He is telling you, do this prayer, do that prayer, do this abhishekam, do that thing, do meditation, do nonsense, all this kind of utter crap they will sell. No. That is not a guru. Guru means remover of ignorance. You are ignorant person. You have no knowledge. So here Krishna is talking about the Kshetrajna. The guru is the one who removes ignorance from you. He tells you, don't fall for this nonsense. Imagine, there's a great master. Like, he's not like our current master, like great master. And he looks at this queen, there is this queen called Mirabai. He doesn't look. Okay, he was a blind guy. So, and he sells, and what does he say to her? Oh, you are the queen of Chittorgarh. Very good. Buy this ring from me. You will get, God. What? Mirabai did some yoga courses. Common sense will tell you she doesn't even know yoga. The kind of yoga that is being taught today. Kriya Yoga, my foot Kriya Yoga. Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Do you think he did any kind of yoga, bhoga or all that? Nothing. Ramana Maharshi. I can name 100 people like this. These are the great spiritual masters of India. They never fell for all this nonsense. No. Go to the north, Punjab. Did any of those gurus over there, right from Guru Nanak till Guru Gobind Singh, did he tell anybody to do this kind of nonsense? Not a single. Then what are you doing? Do you think they sold them? चलो चलो 10 पैसे में है ना तुमको ये देता हूं, तावीज देता हूं. Taviz? I see people coming over here with all kinds of fancy amulets and stuff like that. And I am aghast at these people, thinking that some guru has given them something. I said, they have lost your mind, man. Go and get it checked. So this is what it is. So devout service to preceptor. I will be doing for another 2-3 more minutes. Internal and external purity. Internal and external purity. Having bath in the morning is important. Making yourself clean and pure is important. Don't become a lazy fellow. Become clean. Internal purity. The thought should be good. Steadfastness and mind. Your mind has to be steadfast in the knowledge alone. Don't keep on wavering. क्या करने का, ये करना, वो करना, ये करना, वो करना. This or that or this or that. No, this or that. Steadfastness of the mind. Control of body, mind and senses. You know this body, mind and senses has come a million times. And I think I have explained these things so many times to you all. So I am not going to explain to you. Control your body, mind and senses. Then you become knowledgeable. Then you reach the Kshetrajna, Krishna himself. Got it? If you want to reach Krishna, absence of pride is needed, freedom from hypocrisy, non-violence, forbearance, uprightness of speech and mind, devout services to the preceptor, the guru, internal and external purity, steadfastness of mind, control of body, mind and senses. So we are going to stop at verse 7. Tomorrow evening we will continue from verse 8. We will still be continuing Kshetrajna, knowledge base. What is knowledge? How do you get it? Who is Krishna? And what is the meaning of this life? Alright, so we will stop over here. So thank you very much for joining me. I had a good number of people attending, which is like a shocking thing to me. So nice to see you all. Bye, take care.